Gene Hackman's death, a Hollywood tragedy or something more sinister? The shocking deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa have captivated the public, not only because of their eerie mummified discovery, but also due to the bizarre circumstances surrounding their final days. The official report from the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator has ruled their deaths as natural, but many, including actor Randy Quaid, believe there may be something far more sinister at play. While authorities claim there was no foul play, several unanswered questions remain, and the sheer weirdness of this case leaves room for speculation. Could something more deliberate have happened? Was this truly a tragic accident? Or is there a larger story being buried? Official findings. What we know, authorities have provided the following official explanation for the deaths. Betsy Arakawa, 65, died of Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare and often deadly disease caused by exposure to rodent droppings, urine, or saliva. Gene Hackman, 95, died of hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with advanced Alzheimer's disease playing a significant role. Arakawa is estimated to have died on February 11th, and Hackman's pacemaker stopped functioning on February 17th, meaning he lived for nearly a week after her death, potentially unaware due to his advanced Alzheimer's. One of their dogs was found dead, likely from starvation or dehydration, while two others were discovered alive. Authorities insist there are no signs of foul play, but skeptics argue that the sequence of events, the disease in question, and the eerie nature of their deaths raise more questions than answers. Could hantavirus have been used as a weapon? Hantavirus is not an everyday cause of death. In fact, it's so rare that it immediately raises eyebrows. In the US, only a handful of cases occur each year, and it's typically associated with camping, old barns, and areas of heavy rodent infestation. While signs of rodent activity were found outside Hackman and Arakawa's home, it's unclear how severe the problem was, and there's no indication that their home was overrun with mice or rats. This leads to an unsettling question. Could someone have deliberately introduced hantavirus into their environment? For this theory to hold weight, a potential perpetrator would have had to obtain infected rodent waste, which is rare and highly unpredictable, introduce it into the home or food supply without being detected, rely on an unpredictable incubation period, 1 to 5 weeks, meaning there would be no guarantee of when or even if Arakawa would get sick. While this isn't impossible, it would be one of the most bizarre, complex, and risky murder methods in history. Hantavirus does not spread person to person, meaning if someone wanted to ensure Hackman was also killed, they would need an entirely separate method. If this was a targeted poisoning, it was one that left far too much to chance. Unless, of course, it was meant to look like an accident all along. The Randy Quaid. Conspiracy. I know who killed Gene Hackman. Hollywood exile Randy Quaid has blown the lid off what he claims is a deliberate assassination, comparing Hackman's death to those of Heath Ledger and David Carradine. Quaid has suggested that shadowy forces in Hollywood eliminate certain people and stage their deaths to appear natural or accidental. But Quaid's claims have major holes. 1. Heath Ledger died of an overdose. Hackman's death was attributed to natural causes. 2. David Carradine died under suspicious sexual circumstances in Thailand, completely unrelated to Hackman's situation. 3. Quaid has not provided names, evidence, or clear motive for why anyone would want Hackman dead. While Quaid's theories grab headlines, they lack substance. However, he isn't entirely alone in thinking something doesn't add up. Police mistakes and the strange investigation. Blunders. From the moment authorities arrived at the scene, the investigation was riddled with inconsistencies. The misidentified dog. Police initially reported that a German Shepherd was found dead in the home. Later, they backtracked, stating that the dog was actually an Australian Kelpie mix named Zinna, flipping the narrative. At first, officials labeled the case as suspicious, but within hours they pivoted to saying there was no foul play at all, before full toxicology reports were even completed. Unanswered questions about the prescription pills. Reports mention that medication was found near Arakawa's body, but officials haven't disclosed what kind or whether it played any role in her death. While none of these prove a cover-up, they raise concerns about the investigation's accuracy and transparency. If they misidentified something as simple as a dog, what else might they have overlooked? Was Hackman's death really natural? While Hackman was 95 years old and battling Alzheimer's, his final week alive is a haunting mystery. Did he truly not realize his wife had died, or was he too weak, confused, or incapacitated to seek help? Could a third party have incapacitated Hackman before Arakawa's death? Was there any external influence that worsened his condition before his passing? Could Hackman's medications have been tampered with, speeding up his decline? With 2 weeks passing before anyone even noticed they were missing, it's impossible to rule out undetected foul play. Final verdict. Was it murder or just a tragic coincidence? The official reports tell a story of tragic natural deaths, but the circumstances, odd investigative blunders, and public skepticism make it clear this case is far from satisfying. Could someone have poisoned Arakawa using Hantavirus? Unlikely, but not impossible. Did authorities rush to close the case before fully exploring every possibility? Very possible. Did Hollywood take out Gene Hackman in a grand conspiracy? Highly doubtful, but a fascinating thought. The truth is stranger than fiction. Hackman, a Hollywood icon, died alone and confused, possibly unaware that his wife had already passed. It wasn't a dramatic Hollywood-style murder, but rather a slow, tragic, and lonely end for one of cinema's greatest legends. That said, the questions surrounding their deaths may never fully go away, because as history has shown, sometimes the official story isn't the whole truth. What do you think? Drop a comment below. Was this a tragic accident, or is there something more to this story? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the latest Hollywood mysteries and true crime cases.